This is a continuation of the Board of Selectmen's meeting. We opened the meeting at 6:07 went into executive session at 6:09. We closed out, and we're back to a regular meeting. And this will be a dog hearing as listed out for, I think the original date was July 28th for the notification for an August 7th hearing under Section 140, actually Chapter 140, Section 157 of the Mass General Laws.
Move we open the hearing.
Second. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Mr. Clerk, do you want to request information now, or you want to wait till the meeting opens?
No, we'll do it as Rich,
Okay.
each of the... Aye. We'll get the information.
We'll be switching over the meeting to town council to run the actual hearing.
We actually were going to have one of our members, however, the beard issue, we want to make it so this gentleman can understand.
Okay. All right. Good evening, members of the public. My name is Richard Bowen, Town Council, and I'll be acting as hearing officer in this matter. I see the animal control officer is present. Could you just come forward and take a seat? And is anyone representing the Delahantys present? And why don't you come forward, sir? Sir, I understand that you have a disability where you... No? Okay.
It is the gentleman to my right, his dog was attacked by Mr. Delahanty's dog.
I understand. Sir, if you have any issues regarding being able to follow the proceedings, just raise your hand and let me know and I'll address them.
He needs to come closer, he can.
Yeah, you know what?
Why don't you have him...
Have him sit next to you.
Come sit right up here.
Yeah, sit here.
Come sit right up here so you can see and hear everything, sir.
Pick the spot that
Best-
works best for you. Yes. Does that work for you?
Really, the microphone makes different sound.
Ah.
You know.
Oh, okay.
The microphone, I think, is affecting us.
Oh, the microphone is affecting your...
I will have switchboard.
Oh, he can't use it during the mic. But he does read lips, so.
Mr. White, can we do without my microphone? Yes, I'll speak loudly.
Don't have to be loud, but it's just,
Fine, okay. We're good.
you talk good right here.
All right. Okay. Sir, could you just identify yourself, please?
Yes, my name is Devin Stanley.
And are you the owner?
I am the dog owner. Yes, sir.
What I'm going to do is I'll start by reading the notice. Notice dated July 28, 2014. Addressed to Louise Delahanty. Dear Ms. Delahanty, in accordance with the provisions of Chapter 140, Section 157 of the Massachusetts General Laws, you are hereby notified that a public hearing will be held before the Board of Selectmen on Thursday, August 7, 2014, at approximately 7 p.m. regarding dogs owned or kept by you. Please find attached a complaint, 6/27/14 letter from the animal control officer and appointed animal inspector that outlines the allegations. If you require more information, please let me know at your earliest convenience. The hearing will be held at the Multi-Service Center, room 320, 48 Marion Road, Wareham, Mass. Your attendance is requested at this hearing in order that your interests are properly protected. Sincerely, Al H. Chairman. And sir, you've received a copy of this notice?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And are there any issues regarding notice? Are there any issues regarding notice that anyone is aware of?
No, I personally,
That's fine. Now, before I proceed further, Selectman Whiteside wish to make a disclosure.
At one point, as a high school teacher, I had a student whose last name was Delahanty.
oh, grandson.
don't believe that raises any issues under the conflict of interest law, but your disclosure is appropriate in law. I'd ask the board to make a motion to take administrative notice of the contents of the administrative file.
So moved. Oh, boy.
Second.
Wow, so moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, 400.
Are we
I
required
have a
to
motion by
read the
Mr.
contents of the
Tropiano,
administrative
second by
file?
Mrs. Whiteside.
Yes. Mr. Chairman and members of the board, I will read the contents of that file. Number one, copy of complaint made by animal control officer alleging that a dog owned or harbored by Louise Delahanty is a nuisance by reason of a vicious disposition. Number two, a police report on June 19, 2014, dog attack and follow-up investigation of the incident. Three, a copy of a letter given to the Delahantys on June 19, 2014, requesting that the dog in question be muzzled at all times when outside of the residence, walked on a leash no longer than 3 feet in length, and walked only by an adult over the age of 18. Four, a copy of the citation issued to the Delahantys on 6/19/14 for $125 for unlicensed, unvaccinated, and loose dog. Five, a copy of the town of Wareham dog license listing Devin Stanley at 88 Martin Road as the dog owner on July 2, 2014. Six, a police report on January 17, 2014 dog attack and the follow-up investigation of the incident. Seven, a copy of the animal health clinic bill for the treatment of euthanasia of victim dog of January 17 attack. Eight, a police report on April 6, 2013 dog attack and the follow-up investigation of the incident. Nine, police report of the April 6, 2013 dog attack. 10, a copy of the quarantine issued to Louise Delahanty on January 17, 2014. Those are the contents of the administrative file, and I'm going to give Mr. Stanley a copy of those documents. Now, would everyone who intends to testify at this hearing please stand and raise your right hand so that I may administer an oath. Will you be testifying?
Yes.
Yes. So just stand up and raise your right hand. Or else, okay. Yeah, just raise your right hand. Do you each swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes. All witnesses have indicated in the affirmative. Thank you. Madam Animal Control Officer, could you give a brief opening statement to the board?
I, as the Wareham Animal Control Officer, have brought forth this, I, as a Wareham Animal Control Officer for the Wareham Police Department, have brought forth this complaint in reference to the dog known as Dee Dee that resides at 88 Martin Street for reason of vicious disposition because of 3 documented incidences that we have had with this dog. The most recent being June 18, 2014, when the dog was running loose on Martin Street and it went after another dog in the neighborhood at number 10. There was no injury inflicted, but the dog did show distinct signs of aggression from the witnesses. We had an additional incident on January 17, 2004, this year, 2014, where the dog was running loose and it attacked a dog that was tied out in a neighbor's backyard. And in that incident, it did result in the dog's death. And on April 6, 2013, while the dog was said to be running loose in the area of Martin Street, it attacked another dog, inflicting injury to its right leg.
Ma'am, at the close of your evidence, what disposition will you be requesting from the Board of Selectmen?
You want my closing?
No, just what penalty are you seeking if these approved?
I am requesting that the dog be deemed dangerous per Mass General Law, Chapter 140, Section 157. And I have 3 requirements that I have listed. Would you like those now or in closing?
Just outline.
Number 1, that the dog may only leave the caretaker's property accompanied by a patrolling adult on a leash of not more than 4 feet, having a minimum tensile strength of 300 pounds, used in conjunction with a muzzle and a secure harness. When not under direct control of the adult, the dog shall be contained within a building, a vehicle, or secure locked enclosure, and that the dog be microchipped or tattooed for identification purposes.
Now, Mr. Stanley, if you can test the charges that are being made, I'll let you make a brief opening statement, and then we will go on with the testimony. We'll be able to provide witnesses, testimony, cross-examination, and so forth. If you admit to sufficient facts as presented by the animal control officer and accept her recommendation as outlined in those 3 points, we would at that point proceed to a disposition vote and not go on with further presentation of evidence. Do you wish to dispute the facts as alleged and accept the animal control officer's recommendation, or do you wish to contest the allegations and put on a case?
I do not wish to dispute any allegations. I do understand that my dog is animal aggressive. My dog is not human aggressive. She has never bitten a human. However, everything that was outlined, I most certainly absolutely agree with that should be accordingly followed through with. I'm not trying to contest that. I'm here to step up today as a positive dog owner, as to do everything I can in my right that nothing ever happens to any extent like this in the future. I just want to step up.
Okay, and just to make sure that your rights are being protected to the maximum extent, I want to explain to you what the significance of this would be. You would be, number 1, admitting to sufficient facts as alleged by the animal control officer, and then secondly, you would be accepting as a disposition the 3 recommendations that she has made to the Board of Selectmen. Are you clear in my explanation of what the consequences would be?
100%, sir.
Okay. At this point, I'll ask you, do you admit to the facts offered by the animal control officer on the road?
Facts are true.
And do you accept the 3 recommendations that she has proposed to the Board of Selectmen?
Yes, sir, I do.
That being said, ordinarily with an admission of sufficient facts and an acceptance of the penalty being offered, I would recommend that the evidentiary hearing be closed. This is, of course, at the discretion of the Board of Selectmen. I don't know whether you need to hear more evidence where there's been an admission and an acceptance of the recommendation, but I leave that to your discretion.
I move we close the evidentiary hearing.
First questions
I
by
have-
anybody first?
I do have one question. The summons was to the Delahanties, and we have an individual named Devin Stanley in front of us. The dog is now licensed to Mr. Stanley. Was registered previously to Mr. Delahanty?
Mr. Stanley, could you clear up the issue of who owns the dog and where it's kept for Selectman White's land?
Yes, sir. And yes, ma'am. I am the dog owner, always have been. I reside with my stepfather in Wareham, and that's my place of residence as well as his. Any authorities that have come to the house, I have not been there. I was not present, so any paperwork reflecting any names or ownership may have possibly been misconstrued as the Delahanties, but I, Devin Stanley, am the owner of the dog.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there any other questions from the board at this time? Mr. Hyde?
I do have a question regarding the proposed conditions from the animal control officer.
Given the record we've presented and the facts admitted to, I guess my concern is that we have a proposal to muzzle the dog whenever it is not in a car, whenever it is not in the house, or whenever it is not within a secure enclosure. My concern is whether the dog is otherwise required to be muzzled at all times when being brought, for example, from the house to the enclosure, from the house to the car. So is that, and I guess I would ask council this, is that what these conditions would involve also?
Madam Animal Control Officer, why don't you tell us?
Yes, I just had a conversation with the dog owner outside, and we've discussed the dangers of the dog, and he is in compliance. He actually bought a new secure muzzle, a new harness. He definitely wants to comply, and he's willing to work with me. And so therefore I've made it clear, because of the dog's condition, that anytime the dog is not secured inside the home, secured inside a log pen, that the dog be muzzled for safety factors.
Mr. Stanley, is that your understanding of the condition as well?
Yes, sir.
Thank you for that clarification.
Mr. Chairman.
To the officer, is that also going to include being muzzled inside a car? Since the window or something should be open for air?
I would say that would be a good recommendation.
What do you say to that, Mr. Stanley?
I do understand that. I do have one question with the muzzle. Sometimes if a dog is in a muzzle, it shouldn't be more than 15 or 20 minutes with the muzzle on, because it does have difficulty breathing, depending on what the muzzle is. But I would be more than happy to oblige by any recommendation, just however she's not muzzled more than 15 or 20 minutes at a time, just for the dog's health.
Madam Animal Control Officer.
I can actually assist him with a muzzle that might be more suitable and comfortable for the dog to wear for prolonged periods of time.
So the conditions would include the adoption and use of a muzzle as recommended by the animal control officer. Are both parties satisfied with that?
Yes.
Mr. Chair.
Sorry to make life difficult. If the dog is being taken for a walk, there's going to be a muzzle on the dog at that point. And a 15-minute time frame doesn't seem, possible with most people walking the dog.
Well, that's why I'll assist him in getting a more appropriate muzzle. There are muzzles that dogs can wear for a longer period of time, such as working dogs, police canine. So we can work together to get a muzzle that the dog can wear for longer periods of time, if he so wishes to have the dog in a situation where it's
I just
required.
don't want to put conditions on it that aren't possible. Thank you.
Members of the board, it's your pleasure as to what we do next.
Any other questions from the board? I'll take a motion from,
Motion to close the evidentiary hearing.
yep, thank you.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? 400. Motion by Mr. Tropiano, second by Mr. Titlebaum.
You all set? All right. All right, so does anybody have anything you want to say before I make this motion? Okay, I make a motion.
Well, actually, I do.
Okay, go ahead.
If the board votes to adopt the Animal Control Officer's recommendations and to impose them on you as a condition that allows you to keep the dog, please understand that if there are any further incidents where the dog manages to escape, if the dog manages to harm another dog, this board is going to be in a very difficult position. You are going to be in a very difficult position, and I'm not going to prejudge and tell you ahead of time what the board might do, but I can tell you that there will be further action taken by the board. So, again, if this is adopted, you really need to follow those recommendations. The dog needs to be kept under absolute control at all times. It needs to be muzzled whenever it's being brought out of the house, whenever it's in the car, whenever you're walking it, and if you should so choose to install a secure enclosure, which, by the way, I believe that your recommendation should be that the secure enclosure meets your approval. In that instance, you know, that's what you have to do, and you understand and agree that you're going to do these things.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, and you're also going to have the people who live at home that may be controlling the dog under the same conditions.
Correct.
Thank you.
Okay, for me, I want you to know that I'm going to go along with the recommendations because you agreed to the facts and you seem like you want to work with this thing. But to be honest with you, I don't think it's enough. I would have done something different, and it's something you probably would not have liked, because an animal that kills is a problem for me. And I'm just letting you know so that you understand that if you come back here again, there's going to be, I can't understand what facts you could present me that would make me change my mind. Okay?
Okay.
I'm trying to impress it upon you how important this is.
I understand, sir. Thank you.
Okay? All right, I move
May I
that...
just,
Okay, I'm sorry.
that's okay. I will go along, I believe, with the animal control officer's recommendations. I don't believe that they are strict enough in terms of a dog that has actually caused another to be euthanized. I feel very strongly that the dog has already proven what he or she is capable of. So while I respect your opinion and will follow your recommendation, I would have also gone along with a different route.
Okay, I move that we accept the findings of fact and the admission of guilt, and that we impose the suggestions of the dog officer of the muzzling anytime the dog is out of the property, anytime it's being led from there to its pen, or led to the car, or any of those issues, whether it's walked or whatever, that it's muzzled. If it's not in the house contained, it has to be in your car contained, and I mean contained, not with the window open for it to jump out or whatever, and or it has to be in a pen or an enclosure. Okay, it must be chipped or tattooed so the dog can be easily recognized. And what was the other one? That's it, right?
Enclosure was to be locked,
Oh, the enclosure needs to be locked.
and the type of muzzle and the type of lead.
Well, they're
Was
going
mentioned.
to come up with a type of muzzle. And in actuality, it's nice that she's willing to work with you, but the muzzle choice is really yours. But, you know, you got to have a muzzle. Okay?
Yes.
And I think that she has a lot of, understanding of how they work. So if I was you, I would take whatever she suggests.
Yes, sir.
And the other piece would be that any enclosure must be approved by the animal control
Oh, yeah,
officer.
the enclosure definitely has to be approved.
Okay.
Okay? They're out there, and you need to get one.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Need a second?
Second.
Any questions? Motion by Mr. Tropiano, second by Mr. Titlebaum. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? 4-0-0.
All right, thank you.
Just so that everybody understands what's going to happen here, Town Council is going to write down the record of proceeding here. He is going to put into writing the conditions that the board has imposed upon you for continued ownership of the dog, and you will receive those by mail as soon as he's done with that.
Thank you, sir.
Take a motion to close town meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
400.
Motion adjourned.
Motion by Mr. Titlebaum, second by Mrs. Whiteside. That was a motion to adjourn.
So
We already
moved.
closed the hearing. Thank you all.